Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. And today we're doing a quick tutorial. Well, not necessarily tutorial. Let's call it casual observation of data about Gravedigger and Whip Scorpion, the new insect. Well, as of October 2022. I mean, you guys may be watching this 10 years later. Who knows? But yeah. So, spoiler. I don't like him. I think that I think it's a scam, right? I'm not quite sure, but I'm not convinced yet. There could be more insects coming with poison that synergizes with him better, but as of right now, I think it's just junk. So if you hate me, you got all the information that you need. Otherwise, we're gonna kind of show some battle reports, talk about it a little bit, and all that other good stuff. Before I do that, yep, you know what's coming. Yep, our buddies, our friends, our beloved Amazon coins. So, link in the description. I mean, it saves you money. It's kind of like up to you. But yeah. So I love Amazon coins, and hopefully you do too. Let's see here. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Now, I guess we'll mix in a little bit of part 3 about insect talents. So one of the benefits to using the little bee, wasp, hornet thing, instead of having just one maxed out guy, is that, well, 16 million damage on pangolin versus, I don't know, I was floating around somewhere between, say, 12.4, 12.8, maybe 13. So I added an easy 3 million because, well, I get to use a little bee or wasp across 3 different types of troop types instead of just, super maxing out one. I mean, if you really care about winning pangolin, go for it. It's a little bit anecdotal, but I also think that it maybe made my I think it made, not sure, I could be completely opposite wrong, but I think it made my my groundhog damage higher too. However, on paper, if you look at the numbers, you'll see I'm about 60% attack down. So compared to Devil Flower, I'm 60% down on attack. But I mean, like, I'm up in things that I can measure. So I don't know. Now, let's talk about Gravedigger for a second here. So I got what I needed from Gravedigger in terms of, blah, blah, blah. But if you look at his damage, 64, and most of the other damage comes from, our buddy Schick. And we'll just go down a couple of these and just show you, like 64, 72. It's not that different than Golden Armor, right? So if you don't have Gravedigger, just drop in Golden Armor and not really care. And Ghost, Ghost range is, 60 to something. Let's see if we can't find a couple of Ghost hits. Again, similar ballpark. And I can't believe that the damage from Gravedigger actually ends up being substantially more. Here's why. Again, this isn't definitive proof. This isn't, the answer to everything. Gosh, I really should have drank some water first. But let's take a look at some of this, because my goodness, here's where it is. No, I'm Invader, and we need to go back down to the Defender portion. So we do some tests back and forth, right? So don't consider these like me versus Rip. This is definitely us testing things back and forth and trying to get data, not being competitive. He's very strong, and it makes it good for seeing basically how things work. Because I asked him, I begged him, I said, hey dude, I'd really love to see what happens when you use Whip Scorpion, Dusky, Schick, Golden Crystal, all these guys, versus Devil Flower, MR, the typical suspects. What happens? right? Well, what happens is that in 2 rounds for duels 3, they get absolutely fried, like just baked. Um, so Whip Scorpion didn't do anything magical there. Just flat out, it didn't save their butt. But he's base, right? So this is totally, absolutely not a fair comparison. This is an uphill battle by design. Let's just set that straight. So it's, can Whip Scorpion by design overcome things? How do the ants react and stuff like that? I have no idea where I was just a minute ago, but um, yeah. So this is a bad example because it's using his carriers against my just absolute junk row. I mean, like, what is this? This is just trash. And in this case, I mean, like, they do okay, but all of the work comes from Golden Crystal. It does not come from Gravedigger. It just doesn't. Hold on, let's use the top as an indicator in terms of where. So we won this, and somehow our absolute trash won. How? Right? So, like, our absolute trash won. Because, Giant Tooth basically went nuts. Okay, that's how it went. But, hold on. We're going to get more data here. Hold on. Just be patient with me. I know this isn't super exciting yet, but we're going to get some data here. We're going to show you that the Whip Scorpion, he doesn't really synergize with Gravedigger like you think he might. Doing, instead of like 60% chance, going up to like 90% chance and just going nuts and all that other stuff. It just, he floats around like 55. And GC is always OP, right? Just, you don't, whether he's poisoned, whether the ants are poisoned or not, GC is just always OP. Now, when you put GC against the unfair advantage of my top row here, my guardians, it's not magical, right? So let's just skip here because this is the data that we know. Right, we're looking for, okay, I think this is more against shooters. So you have Dusky. Okay, let's skip past the Duskies. Let's get down to the Gravedigger one because that's really what you're here for, right? You want to see how Gravedigger and Whip Scorpion don't synergize like you expect them to. Okay, Dusky. Another Dusky hit. I mean, I guess if you wanted to see how poorly Dusky does, I mean, there you go. There's that. And it's just, Gravedigger isn't putting in the work, right? Like, the work has really come from Golden Crystal. That's just a takeaway. Golden Crystal will carry the carriers. So you put him in the middle, you put Schick in the back, and then the front is going to be, I don't know, Blood Giant? I'm not sure. That's kind of like up to you. I don't have an opinion on that. But yeah, you can see that basically all the work comes from one dude. That's it. So you have GC, there you go. If you don't have him, well, like me, you just kind of like cry and bitch and complain. Yeah, it's just kind of how it goes. Hold on, we're going to get there. So we're third from the top. Okay, now we start to see the uphill battle, right? This is totally not fair comparison because if I showed you the stats with that stupid insect versus a base, it's absolutely not a fair comparison. But it is going to still show you like who's putting in the work, right? Still, who is putting in the work. That poison doesn't do shit. And even if you go to the final skill tree, let's just stop looking at these battle reports because they just don't matter. We have enough data that we've already easily been able to make a conclusion. Now, okay, let's go through here. Let's do this. Let's go here. Whip Scorpion. Right. So you go to the talent thing, and you're going to see, what is this? When leading carrier ants, the status effect, damage, poison, etc., it's an extra 20%. I mean, I can't imagine that this is 20% damage or 20% chance or whatever the hell it is. It's going to make any difference. And the reason is because, remember, I've been testing these insects a lot. And these bottom skills are marginal. They're not game changer. So whatever this is going to be like a little bit different. Not like it's not. It's definitely not going to be an orgasm. Sure, you're not going to just like, oh my god, I unlocked this skill and now I'm like magically fucking powerful. Mm-mm. No, whatever it is, it's marginal or nearly unmeasurable benefit. Isn't to say that there isn't some hidden stupid benefit that I don't know about, but it's nearly unmeasurable. So don't get caught up on this. I'm looking at the new insect as being like cool and fun, but meh. Seriously, I'm underwhelmed to the point where I'm not buying it. You know, vote like a Republican with your money. It's just that simple. I know, right? I just tossed in some politics. Forgive me. But yeah, so Whip Scorpion I think is junk. Gravedigger, I'm not sold. Um, it's not synergizing like I would want it to. I don't see that like the impact like GC. You can definitely see the impact of it. Great Ant, absolutely want to get it. They won't give it to me. You know, hopefully that didn't ruin the video. So that's my food. And without further ado, I love you guys. Feel free to hit subscribe or like or things like that if you find these videos helpful. Hopefully you do. But yeah, there we go. That's what we have for today. Um, okay. Bye for now.